A jury finds Robert Tellis guilty of murdering Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff Gehrman. Hello and thank you so much for joining us tonight live at 5. I'm Abel Garcia.
And I'm Joe Mueller. It's been nearly 2 years since Gehrman was killed. We've been following the case from the start. Alyssa Bethencourt joins us live from the courthouse with more tonight. Alyssa.
Well, Abel and Joe, we just found out that Robert Tellis will be spending the rest of his life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. This is breaking news, developing news, something that we have been waiting to hear all afternoon. But earlier today, just after 12 o'clock, that verdict was read, and that sparked a range of reaction inside of the courtroom. Jeff Gehrman's family was visibly emotional. They were holding hands and crying as that verdict was read. They also looked relieved and grateful, and I can imagine that they were feeling that justice had finally been served after a very long 2 years. On the other hand, Robert Tellis was clearly, of course, hoping for a different outcome. He was seen shaking his head as the word guilty was read. But again, you guys, Robert Tellis sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. As part of all of this process, of course, we did hear from both the families of Jeff Gehrman and Robert Tellis. Jeff Gehrman's two sisters and his brother testified, sharing details about how their life has changed since he was killed and just how shocking it was that after dedicating his life to journalism, he became the headline.
Jeff took seriously every story that he worked on. He really did. I mean, he investigated. He really enjoyed being an investigative reporter.
Not only did my family lose a wonderful, loving brother and uncle, but the Las Vegas community and the world of journalism lost an amazing investigative reporter and a relentless crusader for justice.
Most people who dealt with Jeff the journalist knew him to be no nonsense, a straight shooter, who always searched for the truth. He had a nose for sniffing out the corrupt, the nefarious. We knew him to be those things too, but we were very proud of his many years of service to the community and his numerous accolades as a newspaper reporter.
Absolutely, a very passionate journalist who truly served the Las Vegas community. On the other side, you guys, of all of this, we heard from Tellis' wife and mother for the very first time. His wife took the stand to tell the jury about how the now convicted murderer was a good father to his children, even during his time in jail. And his mother could be heard sobbing and telling her son, Robert Tellis, that she loved him.
He was always there, especially for our kids. He attended every single school event. Even if I couldn't make it, he was always there. He was the one that helped them with homework because I have very little patience and he has just this unlimited amount of patience.
Even to this day, we talk several times a week.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I say one last thing, Judge, please?
Please, do you have another, there's something else that you'd like to tell us?
Yes. I ask you to please, I accept the verdict. And if you could please give my son a chance of parole. His family is still very young, and I would like for him to someday be back with them again. Please. Thank you.
And again, it does seem like Robert Tellis will be granted that opportunity. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years. For now, reporting live from the Regional Justice Center, I'm Alyssa Bethencourt.